Somewhere in the cosmos of Universe 7 on planet Beerus, Whis' staff starts to ring aggressively as a message tries to break through. After the battle against Dr. Hedo, the Gammas, and Cell Max, Gohan is stunned at the depths of his own power that he showed off in his new beast form and the circumstances that contributed to it. The superhero arc gave us both Orange Piccolo and Beast Gohan, but with the ease at which Gohan defeated Cell Max, it was difficult to get a good gauge of just how powerful this new form of his would be with people like Ultra Instinct Goku, Ultra Ego Vegeta, and Black Frieza still out there. So now, it's time for Beast Gohan to have a true test. This is Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast, written by Dark Hanzo, a good friend and a really great artist over on Twitter if you guys don't know him already, a fan manga taking place in the events directly after the superhero arc. I'll be sure to link Dark Hanzo's Twitter down below. I'm sure you guys are really going to enjoy the artwork in this one. If you haven't already, consider leaving a like on the video for yet another amazing Dragon Ball Super story, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more. But without further ado, let's hop right in. Two blue auras illuminate across planet Beerus as they stand across from a raging green aura. Broly is seconds away from erupting in a rage and potentially destroying everything around them as he's clearly lost control in their training. This is when we finally see Super Saiyan Blue Goku and Vegeta analyzing the situation, but this is when they notice the call coming in the distance. "Kakarot," Vegeta says. "Bulma must be calling us for some emergency, and I have no interest in training with a monster that doesn't think during a fight. Do what you will, but do it fast," he says, as Vegeta decides that he's passing up on finishing the battle against Broly like this. Even Goku seems surprised that Vegeta is passing up on testing himself to this effect, but since this has to end quickly, I guess, he decides to take it to the next level. When Goku first battled against Broly in the DBS Broly movie, this is one of the scenarios that we all imagined would have potentially changed the outcome. His eyes turn silver as he transforms into Ultra Instinct. "Calm down, Broly," Goku utters as he watches Broly continue to rage out and his power keeps growing larger and larger. The two make eye contact, but Goku doesn't look worried in the slightest. He extends a single arm out and shoots a blast of air at Broly, who notices Goku may be quite a bit different in this new form he's never seen before. This attack pushes Broly straight out of his pillar of aura, with Goku chasing him down, now ready to end this in a single blow. Broly regains his composure and charges at Goku as they look to end this in their next encounter. Goku and Broly fly straight at each other, with Broly throwing the first punch, but of course, Goku easily dodges this initial attack and returns a crushing blow of his own that stuns Broly and damn near wakes him right on up out of that rage. Goku isn't done with his onslaught though, as next, he maneuvers at an aggressively high speed behind Broly and fires off a Limit Breaker Kamehameha. Luckily, Goku isn't trying to kill Broly here, only knock him out of this blind rage, so the intensity of this attack is tapered quite a bit and Broly is brought back to his senses after being blasted. Down on the surface of planet Beerus, when Goku goes to check on him, he extends a hand out asking Broly if he's okay and flashing a proud smile even though he was unable to control his rage again. "You're frustrated, aren't you?" Goku asks as Broly grabs his arm to pull himself to his feet. "I understand," Goku goes on, "but it's fine. You'll get there. We'll solve this, okay?" To which Broly replies, "Okay." As we've seen in the Dragon Ball Super manga not even recently, it's been months at this point, it's gonna take a little more than constant training and teetering on the edge of self-control in order for Broly to ascend to the next level, but Goku, as well as myself, and I'm sure all of you guys too, have all the faith in the world in this character. However, this isn't his story, and his battle with UI Goku goes about as expected. While Goku knocked out Broly, who once again lost control in the midst of their training, when they finally got back in touch with Bulma, she explains in detail exactly what happened on Earth and that Gohan actually wants to talk to the two of them about something unusual that happened during the battle with Cell Max. Something they would probably both be really interested to hear. When they arrive on Earth, Gohan is actually already waiting for them in a wasteland training ground. "Wait, so you defeated Cell again?" Goku asks when he and Vegeta finally make contact with him. "He and Frieza have no way." "Well," Gohan replies, "it wasn't actually the Cell you fought in the past, Dad. It was a giant version of him." A giant cell, Goku says? Cool. And what happened? But this is when Vegeta cuts him off, telling him to stop stalling. I don't need to be here, he goes on. What do you want from us, Gohan? Wanting Gohan to stop beating around the bush and get straight to the point? Well, in this battle, I managed to release a hidden power that I never felt before and that I didn't even know I had. In fact, I don't even know how it works properly, Gohan replies. But I'd like to test the limits of this power with your help, he goes on. That's it? So I just have to fight against you, Goku says with a cheerful look on his face. At the mention of hidden new power, it was obvious that he was all ears, but he definitely isn't the only one. Not so fast, Vegeta comments, holding Goku back. You had enough fun with Broly. Now it's my turn. Wait, you were the one who told me to go ahead and beat him and do it quickly, Goku complains, but Vegeta responds, well, who says you have to do everything I say? Stop complaining, you're too soft on Gohan anyway. I want to test the limits of this new form myself, he continues. This is when Vegeta steps forward, challenging Gohan himself, saying, come on, show me everything you've got. To which Gohan responds, I will. Gohan powers up to his ultimate potential unleashed form that he's been using since the late stages of the Majin Buu saga, with Vegeta responding in a surprising way. Is this the form you achieved to fight Majin Buu? He asks sarcastically. Do you really think you can do something to me without training? Next, Vegeta transforms into a Super Saiyan 2, severely underestimating Gohan in my opinion, but his comments on not training still hold true. Super Saiyan 2 is enough to handle you, he says. Don't you think you're underestimating? Gohan begins, but before he can so much as finish his sentence, Vegeta is already barreling towards him at insane speeds to get the battle started. He appears in front of Gohan and throws the first punch, but luckily Gohan's reflexes are still very much present, and he's able to catch Vegeta's punch underneath his left arm and avoid damage. Vegeta smirks as they both disengage and create some space between them before the next encounter. Vegeta ascends to the sky now with a smirk on his face, as it seems like he's pleased with the quick response and reaction time from Gohan. Finally, he stopped letting his guard down with opponents seemingly below his own power level, Vegeta thinks to himself, impressed with the more serious demeanor of Gohan in battle. Show me your new transformation, he demands. I want to fight you transform. Of course, Gohan knew this was coming. However, this is when he admits that he actually doesn't know how to tap back into that form. I just felt a lot of anger and a feeling that I couldn't do anything to save Piccolo, he says. Well, this was the wrong answer. Next, Vegeta transforms from Super Saiyan 2 into Super Saiyan Blue Evolved and stretches out a hand, seemingly about to send a blast directly towards the earth into Gohan, and as we know from the Cell games, firing at an angle like this can be extremely dangerous, but how will Gohan respond? I didn't come here to waste time on a weakling, Vegeta roars from above in the skies. Show me something that makes it worth my time to be here. You'd better transform, he says, and it's very obvious that Vegeta means business. Hey Vegeta, Goku calls out from the ground. Don't you think you're overreacting a little bit? I mean, this is too much for him, Goku comments. He's right, Gohan agrees. The power that Vegeta is unleashing is amazing, but at the same time, seeing my own father no longer believe in my abilities is humiliating. It's time for him to fight someone for real, Vegeta angrily responds to Goku. He thinks he can match our powers? We, who train for years and always put ourselves in deadly battles. If you choose to interfere, I'll kill him myself. Gohan and Goku are both taken aback, but at this point, it's too late to try and talk Vegeta out of this attack. Gohan, remember I'm shooting this energy directly towards the earth. It's best you don't deviate, he warns. Next, Vegeta launches his Big Bang attack, forcing Gohan to either do something about it or die on the spot, and we could probably give some thanks to Goku for this, as even he realizes that all his comments did were make Vegeta angrier than they made Gohan, who they were originally meant for. I better just keep quiet, he thinks to himself. Wait, it worked, Goku says, as he senses Gohan's power growing and reaching a boiling point as he prepares for Vegeta's attack. Vegeta fires, but Gohan seems like he's ready to face the challenge. This time, I'm gonna do something, he says, as he flies to meet the Big Bang attack head on. He reaches out with both arms and tries to bounce it back, but in Super Saiyan Blue Evolved, Vegeta's power is far more intense than Gohan initially thought. How long he can hold out before he either snaps or dies remains to be seen. If I were invading Earth, Vegeta comments, you would have failed to protect it today. Your family would be dead in minutes, he adds. It's hard to admit, but you have growth potential greater than even mine or your father's. But your biggest mistake, he goes on, is trusting that at the right time, you'll release some miraculous power. Vegeta then shoots another beam directly through his Big Bang attack that stuns Gohan and causes him to release his push on the attack, but this may have been the exact push and pep talk that he needed. He immediately, before getting engulfed in the destruction of Vegeta's attack, goes back to try and deflect it again as he acknowledges that Vegeta's right. I've always been arrogant about my own powers, he says, and every time I could do something, I needed someone to come along and fix my mistakes. But this is when we see Gohan's eyes beginning to turn red, his anger reaching that tipping point. Mr. Piccolo, Father, they were all willing to risk their lives for me to survive. They always counted on me, but I always let them down, he says. When Frieza was revived, I almost died just so Dad and Vegeta could save us. I was too weak to bear the burden of protecting my own family. Even Whis having gone back in time, I still remember the terror it was to imagine a world without my most precious asset. My family, he goes on. Wake up. What? He just nullified my Big Bang attack, Vegeta comments up above as his attack has completely dissipated as they notice something odd but strangely familiar in a way happening to Gohan. In a burst of rage and power, Gohan begins transforming, casting a gleaming aura across the wastelands, and to Goku and Vegeta's surprise, undergoing his new form, a form that neither of them have ever seen before. Beast Gohan is finally born once again, leaving both Goku and Vegeta stunned, as Vegeta wonders just how did he manage to unleash such power? Incredible, Goku comments. I had no idea that Gohan had reached such a level. This changes everything. In the Dragon Ball Super manga, at the conclusion of the superhero arc, we caught a slight glimpse of Gohan versus Vegeta in the main timeline. After being brought to planet Beerus when Goku sensed the power of his beast form on Earth, Beast Gohan sparred against Ultra Instinct Goku and then later Broly as well, but his battle against Vegeta was really short-lived, like a single panel on a page type short. But if Beast Gohan were to actually have an all-out battle against Ultra Ego Vegeta, how do you think this would have played out? Well, today we finally get to see just how this might have taken place thanks to Dark Hanzo. In the latest chapter of Pride of the Beast, during the middle of their training with Broly, Goku and Vegeta are alerted of a call coming in from Earth from Bulma that something happened with Gohan recently and he wants to speak to them immediately. When they arrive back on Earth, Gohan explains to them that he not only fought against Cell again, but this was a very different version of Cell, a giant version of him that was much stronger than the one that they fought all those years ago. Not only that, but Gohan tells them that he tapped into a new hidden power that he didn't even know he had. Hearing this, Goku is super excited to get his chance to face Gohan in a serious sparring match, but having already tested Broly's strength, Vegeta steps in and tells him that it's his turn to spar, so Goku sits this one out. When they first begin, Gohan undergoes his Ultimate Potential Unleashed transformation, to which Vegeta responds by just going Super Saiyan 2 in order to see how Gohan responds to a form seemingly weaker than his own. But when Vegeta demands that he transform into this new form of his, Gohan admits that he doesn't exactly know how to yet. This angers Vegeta, who goes Super Saiyan Blue Evolved and fires a giant Big Bang attack down at Gohan. Gohan tries his best to hold off Vegeta's attack, but at his current power level, Vegeta is still able to overpower him. After being shot with another blast, Gohan digs deep within himself, realizing that he has to stop being so arrogant when it comes to his power. Every time people like Goku counted on him, he's let them down or needed to be saved himself. But now, no more. Pushed to his absolute limit with the power of a god beating him down, Gohan is forced through rage and desperation to finally tap back into Beast. Finally, Vegeta is standing face to face with Beast Gohan, stunned at the depths Gohan's potential truly runs, but he has another ace up his sleeve himself far beyond the divine powers of Blue Evolved in Ultra Ego. If you guys have been enjoying Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast, a fan manga written and illustrated by Dark Hanzo, consider leaving a like on the video by clicking the thumbs up button down below, subscribing to the channel, and giving them a follow on Twitter as well. Hanzo's link will be down below in the description box. But without further ado, in this chapter of Pride of the Beast, Ultra Ego Vegeta vs Beast Gohan will finally begin. Damn you, Vegeta scoffs as the magnitude of Beast Gohan's power starts to set in. In an instant, Gohan appears behind Vegeta, much to Vegeta's shock, and before he can even think to react, he turns around and is met by a crushing punch that sends a shockwave through him. Next, Gohan reels back and delivers an earth-shattering gut punch to Vegeta before disappearing again, and is very apparent by the look on Vegeta's face that he may have been severely underprepared for Gohan's new power. But then, he snaps out of it. "Do you think I can't keep up with your speed?" he roars, but by the time he looks up, Gohan is already darting towards him again. He grabs him by the face and mushes him backwards, creating this massive crater in the ground underneath them with such force that it creates this huge explosion. When the smoke clears, Gohan, still with his hand over Vegeta's face, notices that his entire demeanor has now changed. Vegeta isn't hurt, shaken, or even slightly fearful of Gohan's power anymore. In fact, he looks slightly psychotic now. Vegeta starts laughing as the look in his eyes gets a little more maniacal. Gohan notices something changing within Vegeta, but before he can separate, Vegeta's aura explodes in a pillar of purple light that erupts out of the crater. Vegeta levitates out of the crater in an explosion of divine and destructive aura, pushing Gohan back, who looks on in amazement, not quite sure what's happening with Vegeta. When he does come out of that crater, Vegeta has finally awakened Ultra Ego once again, giving Gohan his first official look at Vegeta's new form. Now that both fighters have entered their most powerful state, it's time to truly see which transformation comes out on top, as Ultra Ego is fundamentally different from Ultra Instinct, and in my opinion, probably a much better counter to the raw, overwhelming power of Beast. Ultra Ego Vegeta is finally born. Vegeta looks back over at Gohan, who is slightly taken aback now, as he mentions that he's been focusing part of his training for a while now on getting his perception accustomed to Divine Ki. But being able to clearly sense Vegeta's power like this is frightening, he goes on. "I imagine you can already sense Divine Ki," Vegeta says to Gohan as he descends back to the ground and reaches into his waistband looking for something. "Do you know what kind of power this is that's overflowing in my body?" "The power of a god of destruction," he finishes as he pulls out the earring that Beerus gave him and places it on. "Damn it," he thinks to himself. "Lord Beerus forces me to wear this ridiculous earring every time I transform to symbolize that I'm wielding the power of destruction. Worst part is, he can sense my ki from afar, so if I don't wear it, what kind of role am I subjecting myself to because of that wandering cat?" Off in a distant sector of Universe 7, Beerus sneezes as he suggests someone must be talking about him. No clear indication on if he knows exactly what's going on with Vegeta or not, but funny to see a little Beerus cameo in the middle of this battle. Back on Earth, Vegeta is finally ready to engage in their true final battle, with both of these guys fighting at their absolute peaks, telling Gohan to bring it on. With the feeling being mutual, Gohan appears right over his head and throws a kick, to which Vegeta of course blocks, creating an intense shockwave around the battlefield and another crater in the ground underneath them. They each prepare a blast in their right and left hands respectively and collide them in a blinding but equal impact. Beast Gohan is the first to emerge from the smoke, but Vegeta is right behind him, chasing him into the sky. These two powerhouses now take their battle to the skies, clashing back and forth, trading blows, and unbeknownst to Gohan, making Vegeta more and more powerful with each and every strike. Vegeta and Gohan, for lack of better words, are pretty much evenly matched, and no one seems to have a clear upper hand. Down below, Goku is kinda skeptical on the outcome of this battle, seeing how hard these two are going, as he notices, just like us, that Gohan and Vegeta are pretty much fighting on equal terms. That's incredible, he goes on. I just hope the Earth holds up. They're really taking this serious. Back up above, Gohan and Vegeta land the classic double knockout punch that's almost a staple at this point in a deadlock battle in Dragon Ball Super, as it seems like they both finally come to the conclusion that the other's power is more than they could have imagined. I didn't know Vegeta had reached this level of power, Gohan thinks to himself. In the fight against Moro, his limit was just one state above Super Saiyan Blue. What incredible power you've awakened, Gohan, Vegeta thinks to himself. Now this is a true battle between two Saiyans. This is when Gohan starts charging a Beast Kamehameha and fires it directly at Vegeta, who actually has to hesitate on tanking this massive damage or not. Seemingly, Gohan's attack completely engulfs Vegeta, and this looks like it could be the end of the battle, but suddenly, to his right, Gohan notices something. Vegeta appears surprisingly, using instant transmission of all moves to evade the attack. Do you think you can really beat me with that? Vegeta roars, decking Gohan out of his attack with a punch. It's been a while since we've seen Vegeta use this technique that he learned from Planet Yardrat, and he vows to never use it again, but in a dire situation like this, and in pushing himself to his absolute limits, he has to use everything at his disposal. He hits Beast Gohan with another powerful combination, ending it with a deadly uppercut, as it finally seems like someone is gaining the upper hand in this battle, and possibly, to the shock of many of us, it looks like it might be Vegeta. For now at least, I think that is where we're gonna stop this one, guys. Let me know down below in the comments which form you think looks the best in this art style. Ultra Ego Vegeta or Beast Gohan, because Hanzo's art is really kicking ass in this story. Personally, by now, I'm sure you guys know how I feel about Vegeta. He's like one of my top 3 favorite characters of all time in anime, so I gotta go with him, especially in Ultra Ego. I hope you all have been enjoying Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast so far. If I had to guess, we have maybe 2 more parts to this at most, so be sure to subscribe to the channel and turn those notifications on so you never miss an upload as soon as they go live. Dark Hanzo's Twitter will be linked down below in the comments, so be sure to go and support the homie, and I think his commissions might be open as well. I could be wrong about that, just make sure to go check his Twitter. Consider leaving a like on the video before we get out of here. You guys absolutely crushed the likes on part 1, so I think we can do even better on this episode since we finally got to Ultra Ego Vegeta versus Beast Gohan. Have a great day, and I will see you fellas in the next one. Bye, guys. Beast Gohan versus Ultra Ego Vegeta is turning into the show of a lifetime, and no matter what I may have thought prior, the winner isn't becoming as obvious as I may have felt before. This is part 3 of Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast, written and illustrated by Dark Hanzo. After Goku and Vegeta finish sparring with Broly on planet Beerus, a call rings through on Whis' staff from Earth. Bulma is trying to reach out to them because of the events that just happened on Earth during the superhero movie, where the Red Ribbon Army was back active once again with new androids. When they arrive back on Earth, Gohan explains to them exactly what happened. He tells them about Cell Max and how he unlocked a brand new form he's never tapped into before, but he's unable to do it voluntarily again. This is music to Goku and Vegeta's ears, especially Goku, since it's been so long since he's gotten to train with Gohan seriously. But after having to watch him spar with Broly, Vegeta declares that it's his turn to test out his new power. When he and Gohan first get started, Gohan starts out in his potential unleashed form, while Vegeta initially starts out in Super Saiyan 2. But when Gohan proves that he isn't gonna underestimate his opponent anymore, Vegeta takes it up a notch. Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Blue Evolved and launches a massive Big Bang attack down at Gohan, forcing him to make a desperate decision now. Gohan tanks the attack head on, trying to deflect it with all of his might, but Vegeta's God Ki is overwhelming him. After being shot with another blast straight to the chest, knocking him off of the attack, Gohan begins to look within himself, realizing that he can no longer be arrogant about his power, while also simultaneously depending on his dad or Piccolo to bail him out when he's in trouble. No more. This is when Beast Gohan finally emerges once again, to the shock of both Goku and Vegeta. Once he transforms, Gohan easily overwhelms Super Saiyan Blue evolved Vegeta, smashing his face into the ground, creating a massive crater, firmly planting Vegeta inside. All of a sudden though, Vegeta's entire demeanor changes as Gohan is still holding him down, but as his ki becomes more menacing, violent, and destructive, Gohan backs off. Vegeta rises out of the crater in a pillar of purple godly ki as Gohan looks shocked at whatever is happening with Vegeta, never having seen this form before. After finally seeing the depths of Gohan's new power and being overwhelmed by Beast, Vegeta decides that it's finally time to show Gohan the power of Ultra Ego. And today, we finally get to see how the unstoppable raw power of Beast Gohan clashes with the immovable resilience of Ultra Ego in the climax of the final battle encounter between these two. Vegeta even busts out the instant transmission technique to dodge a Beast Kamehameha as a clash with Beast Gohan is forcing him to use every aspect of his arsenal. If you guys haven't already and are enjoying the story so far, consider leaving a like on the video and subscribing to the channel for more Dragon Ball, anime, and even comic content. And also, Dark Hanzo's Twitter will be down below in the description box. But without further ado, let's hop right into Beast Gohan versus Ultra Ego Vegeta. After tanking a vicious uppercut from Gohan, Vegeta sends him flying into the air after returning a punch and then appears above him and clubs him back down towards the ground. Gohan stops himself mid-fall and launches himself back at Vegeta, warning him to not underestimate him. Vegeta extends his hand preparing to fire another massive attack, but Gohan continues flying straight towards him. Before you know it, Vegeta fires a God Gallic gun of epic proportions that Gohan dives head first at. Gohan collides with the attack head on, grabbing it with a singular hand as he says again to Vegeta never to underestimate him and tosses the attack to the side, deflecting it back at Vegeta, who's shocked that Gohan is able to do this with such ease. The Gallic gun explodes the moment it makes contact with Vegeta, who couldn't evade it in time, but with the properties of Ultra Ego and how we know of this form to work, this may have just made him that much stronger as well. I can't believe I'm gonna have to come to this point with him, Vegeta admits as the smoke from the explosion clears and we can see Vegeta's suit torn and battered. But Gohan isn't done yet. Vegeta gets caught letting his guard down for a slight moment as Gohan appears right overhead. Gohan is about to unleash a special beam beast cannon point blank right above Vegeta and launches the attack in a vibrance of translucent aura. Vegeta has a really crucial decision to make here, however, as he watches the attack approach him. Does he try and evade it if possible, or try and deflect the attack, or feed into his destructive nature and try to tank it head on? I need to control how much damage I take so I don't put myself in danger, he says to himself. This is when he catches the attack within his hands impressively enough, as we see it ripping through the clouds above the battlefield, and with the full might of Ultra Ego, he tosses the special beam beast cannon above his head, deflecting Gohan's attack just as Gohan had done to his prior. After an attack like that, Vegeta seems almost feral now, and his power is surging more than ever before. This battle is exactly what they both needed to get the Saiyan instincts exploding. Is his power even stronger than before? Gohan asks to himself, as it seems like he's quickly understanding the properties of Vegeta's new destructive power. Does he get stronger as he fights? No, he got stronger after tanking my special beam cannon head on. Gohan quickly deduces that Vegeta's power isn't necessarily like Broly's, who does get stronger as he fights and with more experience. He's getting more powerful the more damage he seems to take. Damn it. I need to end this fight quickly, he continues. Vegeta dashes back towards Gohan in the skies, who blocks his punch, but in his other hand, Vegeta prepares an orb fueled with the energy of destruction. A Hakai that he thrusts into Gohan, attempting to destroy him, pushing Gohan to the absolute limits of his abilities like never before, as Gohan is engulfed in destructive energy. Gohan, Goku utters, as he can only watch and hope that his son is able to overcome such a feat, which isn't impossible. I mean, we've seen beings like Frieza overcome it before. Dad, Gohan thinks to himself as he fights to even remain intact at this point. You've saved me so many times. From the Saiyans, on Namek, in the Cell games, from Majin Buu, Golden Frieza, How many more times will I need to be saved by you, he thinks to himself. No. No more. Never again, Gohan roars as he aggressively bursts out of that Hakai, completely dissolving the energy of destruction with his own ki somehow, but it seems like it may have taken his very life force to a certain extent. Vegeta looks shocked as Gohan somehow still remains on his feet and even in his beast form. Do you want to stop here? Vegeta asks him, although I believe you can go further. Neither you nor I have fought with all of our might yet, he mentions. But maybe just increasing your power is already enough for you. Do you know what you're feeling? Vegeta says to him as he notices Gohan looking down at his hands in awe. An immense euphoria. Do you feel like there's no room for fear anymore? It's your Saiyan blood boiling in the midst of battle. This feeling doesn't make you any less of an Earthling, Gohan. But it's time to embrace your two lineages. Gohan begins powering up again after hearing these wise and honestly encouraging words from Vegeta, as it seems like it's time for both of them to go beyond their limits and push through the depths of their potential. Both of these fighters begin powering up again, but this time far beyond what they may have even thought possible just 10 minutes ago even. That's right. That was the person I respected who fought against Cell, Vegeta says, egging Gohan even more, who replies, thanking Vegeta for all that he's done today. We're still in the middle of a fight, Vegeta roars, and we will continue to fight with all of our might. Don't come with such nonsense. Never thank your opponent, he continues, as he and Gohan charge at one another like two Spartans in one final clash. And as they reach closer and closer and their fists collide, the impossible happens. I do think that is what we're going to wrap up this part of the story today, fellas. I appreciate you all so much for watching all the way into the end. If you made it this far, this story not only reads amazing, but the art is top tier. So I have all the faith in the world that you guys really enjoyed this one. The next part will be the final chapter of this story, so if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that and turn on those notifications because you absolutely do not want to miss the final chapter of Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast. As I've said in every video we've done covering this story so far, be sure to go and support the creator of this amazing fan manga as well. Dark Hanzo's Twitter will be linked down below in the description box, and they deserve all the praise in the world for this work of art. I hope you guys are having a very happy holidays and Merry Christmas to everybody. Cherish your family because tomorrow is never promised. Have a great day, and I will see all you fellas in the next one. Bye, guys. Beast Gohan versus Ultra Ego Vegeta is finally reaching its climax, with each of them going far beyond the limits we previously thought possible. After evading a Beast Kamehameha using instant transmission, a technique we've only ever seen Vegeta use once after leaving Yardrat, Vegeta delivered a blood-curdling uppercut to Beast Gohan and then appears above him before sending him crashing back down to Earth. Vegeta fires off a massive God Gallic gun that Gohan dives straight into, and with a singular hand, he deflects it by tossing it back at him, warning Vegeta to never again underestimate him. Vegeta, already being in Ultra Ego, decided to tank the attack from him, and after the dust clears after letting his guard down for just a moment, Vegeta is surprised by Gohan appearing overhead and firing a special beam beast cannon. At point blank range, Vegeta is in a harrowing predicament now. With the special beam beast cannon rushing towards him, does he evade it, tank it, or try and deflect it, as he mentions that he needs to control just how much damage he's taking from now on so he doesn't put himself in danger. One of the weaknesses of Ultra Ego being taking too much damage at once and being wiped out, like in the encounter with Black Frieza and even against Granola where he took too much damage over time. Vegeta suddenly decides to grasp the attack in his hands, holding it at bay with all of his strength, and almost just as Beast Gohan had done prior, he tosses the attack in the air above his head. It's at this point that Vegeta is beginning to enter an almost feral state, as his power is beginning to erupt and soar far beyond what it was prior as a product of all of this damage and stimulation from this battle. And it seems like Gohan is finally beginning to understand just how Vegeta's power works. He's not necessarily getting stronger as he fights like someone like Broly would. He's getting stronger the more attacks he takes. When he goes back on the attack, Vegeta slams a Hakai into Gohan, forcing him to fight against the power of destruction head on, but he's eventually able to not only overcome this attack, but completely resist the power of destruction from a very proficient user, disrupting Vegeta's attack and completely dissipating it. Surprised but satisfied, Vegeta knows that Gohan can still go further, so he tells him that even though he's increased his power level and gotten stronger throughout this fight, he still thinks that Gohan can go further. It's time to embrace your two lineages, Vegeta tells him. Beast Gohan and Ultra Ego Vegeta raise their power to their absolute peak as two miraculous pillars of ki erupt to the clouds above for this one final encounter between the two. Finally, Gohan is showing Vegeta the same will and fierce nature that he showed in the Cell games. In this final clash, they'll use all their might. As the two launch themselves at each other and their fists meet, Gohan and Vegeta create a dangerously devastating effect. If you guys have been enjoying Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast written and illustrated by Dark Hanzo, consider leaving a like on the video and following the homie over on Twitter that will be linked down below in the description box. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more Dragon Ball, anime, and comic content, and turn those notifications on so you never miss an upload as soon as they go live. But without further ado, fellas, let's hop right into the final chapter of Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast, Beast Gohan versus Ultra Ego Vegeta. As Gohan and Vegeta's fists collide, the ripple effect from the force of these two punches shatters the very dimension around them. "You two better stop," Goku says, as he also notices just how dangerous and out of control this fight is becoming. With the dimension crumbling around them just like how Gogeta and Broly caused it in the movie, Gohan and Vegeta regain their wherewithal but are still lost as to where they are and how this happened. "What is this place?" Gohan says as he looks around. "It seems to be some kind of alternate dimension." "Great," Vegeta replies. "That means we don't need to hold back." Without any concern as to how they could get out of here, Gohan and Vegeta get back to their clash, going back and forth in the pocket dimension, no longer holding anything back. The two trade blows with all of their strength, going back and forth, evenly matched yet again. Each blow more determined than the last. If Gohan lands a punch, Vegeta lands an even more precise and powerful punch, or if Vegeta lands a kick, Gohan returns a knee in the same manner as they slowly break each other down in a true battle that only two Saiyans of this level could give us. The next time they clash, they each separate and create space. Vegeta agrees that this should end with their next attack as Gohan extends his arm out to either side of him and begins charging an obscene amount of ki within his hands. "It's better to not underestimate it," Vegeta thinks to himself, watching Gohan prepare his next attack that will surely use the rest of his available energy. "He's learning how to use these new powers very well," he continues. Vegeta extends his arms out to his sides as well in a very familiar stance. Gohan's attack grows to massive proportions, but Vegeta's is no laughing matter either. Both of them have put every waking ounce of remaining power that they have into these two attacks. Vegeta brings his hands together for a God Final Flash, and this is when Gohan releases his Beast Masenko that rips through reality around them towards Vegeta. Vegeta releases his Hakai Final Flash to directly combat Gohan's Beast Masenko, and as the two attacks collide, the dimension once again fissures and begins to break all over again. Slowly, almost like glass, the cracks grow larger and larger in the pocket dimension as these two continue to pour everything they have into these two attacks, neither having any plans of giving up, as we can see the unbreakable determination on each of their faces. Back in the regular dimension where they left Goku, he places his fingers to his head as he tries to sense their ki and just where they might have disappeared to. "I can't feel their ki at all," Goku says. "It's like they're missing. I remember something like this happened back when me and Vegeta fused and fought Broly." Back in the Shattered Dimension, Gohan and Vegeta are still in a beam struggle as neither of them will accept defeat. "I won't lose. I won't lose," Gohan repeats to himself. "I won't lose," he screams, and then in one overwhelming burst of power, he starts to finally gain the upper hand and push Vegeta back in this beam struggle. But the pride of the prince won't allow him to give up so easily, and in an incredulous display, he rivals Gohan's burst of power, putting them back in an equal struggle. When are they gonna return, Goku thinks to himself as he's been waiting for minutes at this point. This is gonna cause me a big problem. Oh, whatever. I don't want to think about it. Is Chi-Chi gonna leave me without food though? But as Goku is, I guess you could say, deep in thought about this whole situation, suddenly behind him in the sky, Gohan and Vegeta come bursting from opposite sides of a hole and crash into the wasteland below. Damn it, Vegeta thinks to himself. This time I was able to better calculate how much damage I could receive to reach the peak of my Ultra Ego form, but I didn't expect that this boy could rival his powers with me. I can barely stand. I no longer have the strength to fight, Vegeta goes on as he struggles to an upright position and is fully expecting Gohan to be at least nearly unconscious as well, but what Vegeta sees next would surprise even the most seasoned warriors. What? He says in awe as the smoke across from him begins to clear. It's Gohan. Not only is he standing across from him, but he's in a stance waiting to fire his next and final attack, and not only that, but it seems like he's unconscious as well. A Kamehameha begins to form in his hand, and Vegeta can even tell now that he's unconscious and still got some fight in him. This is his body reacting to his will to win. Damn it, I can't attack anymore. I'm completely out of energy, Vegeta says. How does he manage to have enough ki to prepare an attack like that? Come on, attack me with everything you have. Gohan fires off his one-armed Kamehameha at a defenseless Vegeta who braces himself for this final attack as this massive beam makes its way towards him. Vegeta puts his arms up to defend himself, but before he's erased by Gohan's last-ditch attack, Goku appears in Super Saiyan 3. He blocks Gohan's attack with a single hand, saving Vegeta from what could have been certain death, erasing his attack much to the surprise and annoyance of Vegeta. What are you doing? Vegeta says, clenching his fist in anger. This was getting too dangerous already. It seemed like you wanted to kill each other in this fight, Goku says. If you continued any longer, the Earth would have been in danger because of you. This is when Goku finally powers down and turns around asking Vegeta if he's okay. You idiot! I've already told you not to meddle in my fights, Vegeta says as he punches Goku in the face, sending him flying out of anger. Ow, why did you do that? Goku asks, as Vegeta responds that I didn't ask for your help. I wanted to have received that attack. Now we don't know what would have happened. But this is when Vegeta looks over and notices Gohan starting to waver. He falls over in a complete loss of consciousness, signaling that this battle truly is over, as this sends Vegeta over the edge. Now, they'll never really know who could have won from that final encounter, as he glares at Goku enraged. This time I guess I jumped the gun, Goku says, throwing a hand up in submission. I guess I better go to Korin's tower to get some sensu beans. When Goku gets back and heals up Gohan and Vegeta with the sensu beans, Gohan turns his attention to Vegeta, who is still a bit angry at the conclusion of the battle, but what he saw from Gohan was more than impressive today. You've reached a great level of power, Vegeta says to him. Honor it. Align it with your values. Yeah, you were amazing, Gohan, Goku chimes in. Dad. Vegeta. I finally understand how arrogant I was at crucial moments. My greatest wish is to protect my family and the people that I love. So protect them, Goku replies. You can go beyond. Use that motivation to become stronger and stronger. There's a danger that may haunt the Earth in the future, Vegeta reminds them. So remove that false sense of protection. A danger? Gohan asks. Exactly, Vegeta replies. And not even Kakarot and I can defeat it yet, he says, thinking of Black Frieza. We'll find a way though, Goku says, clenching his fist in anxiousness. I got it, Gohan mentions. Gohan, remember your blood boiling in the heat of battle. Saiyan blood runs through your veins. You are also a warrior. And with that comes the conclusion of a training that left deep marks on the hearts of warriors, driving them to become stronger and to protect the world that they love. Goku, Vegeta, and Gohan set off after the spar of a lifetime, doing whatever they can to inch closer to the fleeting power of Black Frieza. And this is going to conclude Dragon Ball Super Pride of the Beast. I really hope you all enjoyed every aspect of this story, from the plot to the battles and the art. Dark Hanzo's Twitter will be linked in the description if you guys want to support the creator of this fan manga yourselves. Consider leaving a like on the video if you did have an enjoyable watch, and don't worry, for all of you guys that may be joining us for the very first time, as always, I will be compiling this all into one big movie in the next couple of days. But anyways, have a great day and have an amazing and safe New Year's, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye guys.